Alright, what's going on guys? My name is Cloudy and welcome back to another Monster Hunter World video. In this video I want to go over upgrading your armor or your equipment and the best ways of doing it, a little bit of detail. It's not super difficult, but I wanted to make a tutorial for beginners who are new to the game who don't understand it quite as well as I did when I began. So let's start with that. So I'm going to be at the smithy and I'm going to go into his inventory. We're going to go to upgrade equipment. From here you can see all the equipment you have and all of the equipment that you can upgrade, and that is gear and weapons. So this video will primarily focus on armor rather than weapons. So for example, I'm going to be looking at the Rathalos Mel armor piece. Now if you look at it right now, you can see a bunch of information. Starting at the bottom we have the upgrade armor. It'll tell you it is a level 1 with a defense of 54. Under that it says to the next level it costs 20 points, and it tells you how many upgrades are remaining. For this particular armor it is 10 upgrades. And now if you look over to the right side of the screen under the equipment info, you will see some similar information and some more. So it tells us the name of the gear, which is the Rathalos Mel Beta. It is a level 1, rarity 6, defense of 54 like we saw earlier. It tells you how many decoration slots and what level they are, and then it also tells you the resistance towards certain elements such as fire, water, thunder, ice, and dragon. Under that we also see the skill. Now this information applies to all pieces of armor in the game, but because I don't have this one upgraded, I'm going to be focusing on that for this video. So once you click on it, you get even further information. Again, you have the equipment info to the right, and then the armor upgrade information to the left of that, in the middle of the screen. And on the far left, we have our required materials and our armor spheres. So to understand this a little more, what we will see is there are 4 armor spheres. We have Armor Sphere, Armor Sphere Plus, Advanced Armor Sphere, and Hard Armor Sphere. Now some of these are required different ways. Most of the early game low rank stuff will be the Armor Sphere and Armor Sphere Plus, whereas in game high rank will be Armor Sphere or Advanced Armor Sphere and the Hard Armor Sphere. So starting off is we're going to see the Armor Sphere is the regular, it has a blue icon. The number in yellow to the right will indicate how many points it's worth, and then the number in white to the right of that indicates how many you have in your inventory. Now the box number represents how many you are going to be using for this specific armor that you're upgrading. For example, if I wanted to use 10, I would insert the number 10, and then you'll see that underneath the armor it'll say to next level 10 points. That's basically how many armor spheres I'm using to upgrade this one. So I'll cancel that, go to Armor Sphere Plus. This one is worth 5, Advanced Armor Sphere is worth 20, and Hard Armor Sphere is worth 80, which is really what you want to be banking for most of the time. It helps you upgrade armor much faster. I'll show you what I mean by that right now. So if I have this armor Rathalos Mel and it is a level 1 and I want to upgrade it to the maximum level, which is going to be 11, I could use 6 Hard Armor Sphere. Just like that, 6 of those and I'm done. That thing is maxed out to rank 11 with 74 defense, and you can see how much points you'll be upgrading at the bottom left, as well as how much Zenny it will cost. This particular upgrade for 6 of these is going to put you at 39,600 Zenny. Now if you don't have Hard Armor Sphere and you have all this other stuff, I'll show you how much that costs as well. So going ahead and using all my Armor Sphere Plus, and the Advanced Armor Sphere, it's going to cost, what's that, 53, 63, 70 something, 71, right? Yeah, 71 opposed to 6. So it's a huge difference. You always want to be going towards that Hard Armor Sphere as much as you possibly can. Make sure you have Zenny because it gets expensive the further you get into the game. Now, if you're like me, when you started the game, you don't know how to get this stuff. Most of it just seemed random. You get it from missions, investigations, all kind of quest rewards, stuff like that. Well, what I'm going to show you next is exactly how I kind of farm for them. There is a method, and you get to know exactly how much you get for doing specific items, or quests rather. So what you're going to do is go down to the trade yard in Astera, go to the place called the Resource Center, and here there's going to be a bunch of different options you can use, but we're going to be focused on the Register Bounties tab. So click that and you'll see there are 6 bounties. Mine are full right now, yours may not be. If they are not, then go ahead and fill them up as fast as possible. Depending on your progression in the game will depend on the kind of rewards you get. For me, I am in the end game, I beat in the campaign, I'm past HR 50, so I'm going to be getting mostly Hard Armor Sphere as rewards. So if you don't know what the screen is, let me go over it really quick. So you'll see for my first one, I have it says Research Progress Coral Highlands. Under that, it'll say, again, the title, Research Progress Coral Highlands at the bottom, and it'll tell me the completion conditions. For this one, I have to complete 4 high rank quests in the Coral Highlands. Under that, it shows me my progress. I have 0 out of 4 completed. Under that, it'll show you the reward. Now, my reward for completing this this bounty will give me 300 research points and 2 hard armor sphere. So it tells me exactly what I need to do in order to get specific items. If I scroll down, I can see I have this one for 2, that one has hard armor sphere 2, 2, 2, 2, and this one's for 1. Now, not all of them are like this. If I go to my requests, for example, this one, if I gather honey 10 times, I get 1. If I hunt 2 large high rank flying wyverns, I get 1 advanced armor sphere. So it totally depends on the bounty you do and the progression. Early on, you're going to get regular armor sphere and armor sphere plus, but towards the end of the game, you're probably going to be having bounties that are worth hard armor sphere times 1, 2, 3, maybe up to 4. Something else you could do is complete the limited time bounty. These are not really based on your rank, rather a weekly system, I believe. So, for example, this one will give you 4 regular armor sphere, which is the lowest rank. This one will give you 2 of the armor sphere plus, which is the second highest, the second highest rank. Completing this one, which is complete 5 quests in the 9 rank category, will give you 4 hard armor sphere. So these are your best ways to actually acquire any armor spheres you need for upgrading at all in the game, and I highly recommend that you have your resource center bounties maxed out at all times. Every time I come back from a hunt, every time I come back to Astera, the very first thing I do is check the resource center and max out all of my bounties. Even if there are no hard armor sphere bounties available, just do the advanced ones or even the armor sphere regular, because they all work. It doesn't matter what gear you're upgrading, what level it is, what level you are. You could upgrade the highest ranking armor in the game with regular armor spheres. It would just take probably 500 of those rather than like 5 hard armor sphere. So that's pretty much the breakdown of it. Hopefully this helps you understand it a little more. Hopefully this helps you progress and upgrade. And also after this part, I'm going to show you the difference between low rank armor and high rank armor. So let me run back to the workshop just really quick before I show you my pre-recorded videos. Okay, so back to the Odogaron. There we go. Okay, so looking at the alpha set, now the one I am wearing is a fully decked out Odogaron alpha set, maxed out rank, or maxed out with the defense. And as you can see from the picture and in the bottom right, if you look at the defense stats, it'll say 371, arrow 271. What that means is the armor that I am currently wearing has a defense value of 371, which is the Odogaron alpha set, fully maxed out with the defense and all the armor. Now the one you're being compared to is the original base set with no upgrades. That sits at 271. So a fully maxed out armor set will give you approximately 100 defense higher than its base level counterpart. So that may or may not seem like a lot to you, but I will show you exactly how much that is in just a minute. Alright, so if you look on screen, I'm going to have text in one of the corners indicating what armor I'm wearing, and as you look at the Great Jaguars hitting me, you can notice a huge difference in the damage I actually take from the hits, and it is entirely dependent on the armor you're wearing and the defense value you have. Not so much your health, but the defense will determine how much damage you take from the monster, and then I guess the health is like how much health you have with defense. It's kind of confusing, but all I can tell you is the higher the defense, the less damage you take. The less damage you take, the longer you live, essentially. But high defense is not totally reasonable because there's a lot of factors to take into consideration, like armor skills and weapon skills, a bunch of stuff like that. But generally, the higher the defense you have, the better, meaning that you last longer. But as you can see in these examples, the high gear gives me less damage intake from the Great Jaguars, and you'll see that that is the reason you want to upgrade your armor as fast as possible, because it'll help you survive much longer. Now, one thing I do want to say last about this clip is this is a low rank expedition fighting a low rank Great Jaguars. So take that into consideration, but it kind of runs the same way. If you run into, sometimes when you fight a tempered elder dragon, for example, which is a lot of the in-game content, you can get one shot even if you have 400 defense and like 100 health. So it's situational, but the thing to remember, take away from this video, is upgrade your armor as much as you can, as fast as you can, because the higher your defense, the less damage you will take. So that's going to be it for the video. Hopefully I kept it kind of short. I feel like I didn't. If I did, then kudos to me. I do hope this video helps you out a lot of the new beginners, because this is something that I wasn't fully aware of because I'm new to the series, but I want to make content on the game and hopefully help out some people. So if it did help, leaving a like is super helpful. If I miss anything, or if you want to let me know anything that I missed, you have questions about, ask me in the comments or on Twitter. Links both in the description for my Twitter, that is. So yeah, that is it for me. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.